Hello. How do you know if you're healing emotionally? Today we're going to look at 5 signs that you can use to measure your healing success with. Hi, I'm Carol Tuttle, the best-selling author of 7 books and the creator of several online courses. The one that I know is going to make a major difference in your life is called the Carol Tuttle Healing Center, and I have some exciting news to tell you about that. But let's get to those 5 signs. I've spent years dedicated to healing a lot of residue from my childhood. I had a lot of wounding, had a lot of side effects due to dysfunction of my family system that I grew up in. And actually, once I got into the healing experience, I realized it wasn't just my lifetime that was requiring healing, it was generations of what had not been addressed that was causing dysfunction in each next generation. And my goal as a mother of small children when I started my healing journey back in my early 30s was to be the one that sort of hedged up the way and said, you know what, I'm going to make a difference so that my children have a new fresh energy to lead them in their lives, to influence them in their lives, rather than this residual energy that keeps creating dysfunction in our life story. And I've been successful in that effort. Sure, they've had some things they've had to heal, but not near what I believe I was willing to take on. And many of you play that role for your family systems. You are the ones that are changing the course of your family history by stepping in and saying, I will take upon myself the trauma and the dysfunction. And yes, it's not easy. And yes, it can be very painful and very frustrating. And like, when is this ever going to change? I met that space many, many times where I just wanted to quit, give up, just accept the fact things might never get any better. I always picked myself up, kept going, believing in the fact that I believed the grace of God, and through my own efforts, healing was possible. And I'm here to tell you it is, because my life is amazing. And I no longer have those interferences and compromises. And I am that person that you want to turn to here on the internet. I feel very confident saying my 30-year background of healing and energy healing specifically will give you the shortest course with the most powerful, potent tools that are going to give you what you want. It's a team effort. You show up, I'm there for you, just like you're here today. So thank you very much for entrusting in me this opportunity. So make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified. I produce a video every week that has healing support for you. And today we're talking about those 5 signs that you need to notice that you're making progress. So often we just kind of keep looking at what's not right in our lives. We keep focused on the things that are calling us, that get our attention because they're uncomfortable. And we forget to kind of go, wow, look where I've come from. Whoa, give myself a pat on the back. And I want you to take a moment and do that right now. These 5 signs are all indicators you're coming into your state of affluence. I write in my book, Mastering Affluence. So we could say these are 5 signs you're healing, or you're allowing your natural state of affluence to now come alive and be the truth of who you are in your life. That would be called healing. And I say in my book, affluence is not something we acquire. It is something we awaken to. As we awaken the energy of affluence in us, our world reflects it back to us. So you're just removing. Healing is really it's cleansing, clearing, removing that which is suggesting you're a dysfunctional, wounded human being that has to accept less. It's in your thoughts, your emotions, your body holds that kind of stuff. It's not truth, it's old energy, and you can be free of it. The first sign you know you're healing is you think differently. Your mind becomes more affirmative. Your mind becomes a tool to create affluence. For example, you think in the affirmative rather than, what do I have to do to prevent this? What do I want to create? What do I want to experience in this? Let's say you're going to see a family member or someone that you've been at odds with, and you might previously have thought, what have I got to do to get through this? Where now you're thinking, how can I make this experience a really positive one for myself? That's a sign you're healing. You're seeing it differently. Your I can'ts are now I cans. You feel differently. Your mind is more equipped 2, see the potential of goodness that's available to you. And you're starting to see the manifestation of where you're putting your thoughts. You're actually knowing your thinking mind is a tool that helps focus the energy to create more of what you want. You also feel like life is getting a little easier for you. You have longer stretches of that sort of, things are good. I knew that was happening for me. I was driving along in the car one day. This was years ago. And I had been dealing with a tremendous amount of torment and depression and just angst in my life, and many days to the point where I was not able to function well. I actually had to hire nannies weren't really a thing in the late 80s, but it would be equivalent to a nanny, because I wasn't I wasn't well enough emotionally and mentally to be able to manage my household and my role as a mother with 4 small children. And there were a lot of years of feeling crippled by the inner turmoil I was dealing with. And I remember one day in the mid-90s, I was driving along in my car, and for no reason at all, I felt good. It wasn't because something good had happened in my life, or, money had shown up, or somebody was nice to me. I was driving along in my car, and I noticed I feel peaceful. There's no reason. I felt good for no reason. I didn't need a reason to feel good. And was that a constant state of how I now felt day in and day out? No, but I started to feel stretches of that, periods of that. Well, that's grown and grown and grown, where that is pretty much how I feel every day, all day. I've been able to really come into my own, my affluent state of being. And so it's just like we're, getting stronger in your physical body, your emotional body gets stronger. Your thoughts get stronger in the positive. So you feel those states of well-being. You start to notice them. And you move out of your triggers faster. You go, wow, that used to take me out for like a few days. Or my husband and I used to trigger each other, and it took us hours, if not days, to work ourselves to a better place with it. We'd even say to each other, well, that only took an hour. Remember how that used to take like a week? We still did it, we still had the same triggers and the issues were flaring up, but we moved through it more quickly because we had tools to resolve it. So that's evident. Number 3 is your relationships get better, because for 2 reasons, especially if you're, I am someone whose companion was invested in their own healing work. That's not the case for everyone. In my case, there was a partnership. It had its own issues with that, because you tend to want to coach each other when the person is enrolled in their own healing. You're kind of like, you need to clear this. We had to make a pact with each other to say, you're not my coach, you're not my counselor therapist. Give me feedback only if I ask. We're both very strong-willed in that way, and we do not like being pointed out what is not working for us. So we've been able to really comply to that, and our relationship has gotten better. Now, if you're in the experience where your companion isn't enrolled in this, but you've cleared a lot of stuff, so, you're not creating them to have to play a role for you. They've shifted because you've shifted. It's quite the phenomenal experience, and your relationship is easier because of it. Number 4, your finances are improving, because you've changed you've done a lot of healing work around money. I know a lot of people that come into my space do that. In fact, right now you can go to the Tuttle Healing Center and get your 2-week free trial and do the healing plan for money, the creating more affluence with money, creating affirmation with money. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's all about how you think about money. I'll take you through this process for just a couple weeks, and you'll change your whole paradigm, and your thinking mind will see money differently. And as a result, your experience with money is going to be improved. So that's another sign money gets easier. And the 5th sign is you now, because you're doing that mental and emotional healing, the body is freed up to heal as well. Your health's getting better. You're stronger. You're feeling it in your body. In fact, I have the good fortune, as part of the Healing Center experience, you are eligible to join our private Facebook group that thousands of people have been members of that are all allies to each other and supporting each other in their healing. And I have the great, you go on there and you read people's success stories, which are very inspiring. And one of my clients in there shared that she says, after the weight loss and life purpose healing plan, I had motivation to find what I wanted to do. For so many years, I stopped wanting anything, thinking I couldn't have anything. I decided 6 months ago to start running, which was not something I did before and hadn't really done since my youth. I'm 40 now. I have run 4 5Ks in 6 months. I've lost 20 pounds and have gained confidence and love, and I now love my body. I love myself because I am deserving to be loved, something that I rejected to have years ago. The Healing Center gave me tools to go and find my life, to enjoy what we have now and not let challenges stop us to move forward. So when you're doing this work that really affects so many layers of your being, your body frees up and you're going to have motivations to do things. In this case, she didn't even know she was going to want to do. And she's running and she's feeling that life force in her body. And you notice this in your health. It's really a beautiful thing when your body starts to now hold the space of affluence for you. So I want you to have the most powerful year yet. How do you do that? Well, I just launched a new energy healing basics guide that is completely free to you. It's phenomenal. It will teach you in 4 short content pieces what energy healing is. I have this really impressive energy healing glossary that's free to you with all the terminology, helps you understand how we speak of healing in this world. I show you how the work is done with clients on camera, what to expect, how these tools have a profound effect on shifting our lives quite dramatically. That's all available now. Go check it out at healwithcarol.com. It's the Energy Healing Basics Guide. And the more informed you are, the more motivated you are to use the tools that maybe you're new or you haven't used them as I teach them. You're going to now have familiarity to feel confident in using the Healing Center. And you get a 2-week free trial after that as well. One of the cool things about the Energy Healing Basics Guide, after you go through the short content pieces I offer there to help introduce you to this experience of energy healing and give you an experience with energy healing, I have a really great self-assessment tool that's actually going to give you feedback of where to start. What are you ready to heal? And you'll be able to move forward with that guidance and experience success very quickly within as short as a day or 2 or even a week or 2. I hear it all the time how things are ready to change for the better. When you've got the proper support, the tools that really support us in doing that, your affluence is basically just sitting there waiting for you to claim it. Let me help you do that. I'm Carol Tuttle. I want to help you. Subscribe to my channel and go check out that basics guide at healwithcarol.com. Thanks for watching, everyone.